In this video, I'm going to reveal how one simple daily habit, just a single tablespoon, could help save 37 million people from kidney failure. If you're living with chronic kidney disease, CKD, what you're about to learn could change everything. If you're one of the millions facing CKD, you already know the fear of watching your lab numbers fall, or waiting for the day your doctor finally mentions the D word, dialysis. But here's the truth most patients never hear: you can stop the decline. You can protect your kidneys. And yes, in many cases, you can even improve, no matter what stage you're in. The key lies in understanding the number one driver of kidney damage: chronic inflammation. This hidden fire is what steadily destroys kidney function, far more than diabetes or high blood pressure alone. Those conditions may start the process, but it's inflammation that scars the kidneys and locks in permanent damage. Unless you calm that storm, no other treatment can truly work. So how do you fight back? In today's video, I'll share 5 powerful ways to shut down kidney inflammation. Pay special attention to tip number 1: a specific vitamin that can stop the inflammatory storm before it ever begins. And before we get there, we'll explore some of the most potent anti-inflammatory foods on earth that your kidneys will thank you for. Number 5. My 5th tip today is a recipe I call the milk that fights inflammation. It's simple, delicious, and if your goal is to protect your kidneys, this daily drink can make a real difference. The star ingredient is turmeric, the king of anti-inflammatory foods. Its active compound, curcumin, is so powerful that studies show it can lower proteinuria in CKD patients simply by reducing inflammation. That same effect also makes it a natural ally for arthritis, heart health, gut balance, and even diabetes. In fact, curcumin helps improve beta cell function and reduce insulin resistance, like a mechanic shutting down the engine of inflammation before it damages your body. But turmeric needs a partner: black pepper. Without it, curcumin isn't absorbed properly, so a pinch of pepper is essential. To supercharge the recipe, we add ginger powder, another inflammation fighter that lowers blood sugar, supports healthy cholesterol, and even improves gut microbiota. Don't underestimate this: gut imbalance is one of the silent drivers of kidney inflammation. And just when you think this milk couldn't get any healthier, we add olive oil, the secret powerhouse behind the Mediterranean diet. It's not the bread or the fish that give the diet its anti-inflammatory magic, it's the olive oil. Remove it, and the diet loses its kidney-saving edge. 1 tablespoon is all it takes to transform this recipe into a true healing elixir. Finally, we mix everything with hot almond or rice milk. What you get is a soothing, golden drink that supports kidney health, reduces inflammation, eases joint pain, lowers blood sugar, and helps restore balance in the gut. Before we move on, share this recipe with anyone whose joints are better at predicting the weather than the forecast. They'll thank you. And remember, kidney recovery doesn't always require huge, complicated changes. Often, just one targeted tweak can calm the storm and turn your lab results around. Number 4. Let's move on to today's 4th tip. As powerful as that anti-inflammatory milk is, fighting kidney inflammation takes more than just one daily drink. The next step is about something I don't usually talk about here: muscle mass. I know most of you are focused on kidney health, but here's the truth: for people with CKD, maintaining and building muscle is not optional, it's essential. Why? Because muscle mass doesn't just help with mobility, stronger bones, stable blood sugar, heart health, mental well-being, and even lifespan. It also directly protects your kidneys by reducing inflammation. That's right, building muscle can slow kidney decline. Here's why. Picture what I call the triangle of kidney damage. In CKD, muscle loss, inflammation, metabolic acidosis, and declining kidney function are all tightly connected, a vicious cycle that traps patients like the Bermuda Triangle. Except instead of ships disappearing, it's your health that vanishes. It's like driving down the highway and suddenly the engine, transmission, and battery all fail while it's raining and the only billboard in sight is for dialysis centers. The medical term for this muscle loss is sarcopenia, a fancy word for losing muscle and strength. So how do we break out of this cycle? Step 1. Exercise. Exercise is basically the duct tape of medicine. It fixes almost everything. High blood pressure won't budge. Exercise. Need to lose weight? Exercise. Need to gain weight? Exercise. Kidneys staging a protest? Exercise. Existential crisis? Yep, exercise. At this point, I'm just waiting for doctors to prescribe 3 sets of squats for a Netflix addiction. But jokes aside, resistance training is a game changer. It boosts muscle protein synthesis, preserves lean mass, improves insulin sensitivity, and lowers inflammatory markers, all of which help protect kidney function. In short, hit the gym. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you have CKD and want to build muscle, you actually need to reduce protein intake. Yes, you heard that right. And before the eat steak or die crowd faints, let me be clear, the science backs this up. Clinical studies show that lower protein diets in CKD lead to better muscle preservation, not worse. So why does this clash with the endless online advice to eat more red meat? One word: metabolic acidosis. And if you don't address it, no amount of protein shakes or steak dinners will save your muscles or your kidneys. Number 3. The third step in escaping the triangle of kidney doom is tackling one of the most overlooked yet dangerous issues in CKD, metabolic acidosis. So how do we fix it? Step 1 is reducing protein intake. And despite what every influencer or cattle rancher may say, eating steak all day is not healthy for your kidneys. Here's why: high-protein foods, especially animal-based ones, generate excess acid. Your kidneys can't keep up, and that acid builds up in the blood, silently eating away at your bones, muscles, and kidney function. Left unchecked, it's a disaster. Fortunately, there are 2 powerful ways to stop it. First, adopt a plant-based diet. Plants naturally produce less acid, and the difference can be life-changing. Let me share a quick story. About 3 months ago, I had a new patient with stage 5 CKD. His doctor was already recommending a fistula for dialysis, because his sodium bicarbonate levels were dangerously low even after high-dose medication. Normally, when metabolic acidosis gets this bad, dialysis is the only option left. But instead of giving up, we shifted him to a fully plant-based diet: no meat, no cheese, mostly greens, fruits, and whole grains. The results were remarkable. For the first time in years, his lab numbers improved, and to this day, he has avoided dialysis. Second, use sodium bicarbonate. Simply put, sodium bicarbonate is a compound that neutralizes excess acid. Doctors prescribe it for CKD patients with metabolic acidosis because it works. It helps restore balance, protects your bones and muscles, and prevents that constant acid load from dragging kidney function down. Together, a plant-based diet and sodium bicarbonate are a powerful defense against metabolic acidosis and essential steps to protect your kidneys from further damage. Number 2. Now let's move on to the second step. Before we reveal the powerful vitamin that can dramatically cut inflammation, we need to talk about food swaps. Because as amazing as that anti-inflammatory milk is, you can't live on it alone. What you put on your plate every day can either fuel inflammation or fight it. So, what should you avoid, and what should you replace it with in a kidney-friendly, anti-inflammatory diet? At the very top of the avoid list are trans fats. They're so toxic that many countries have banned them. While margarine has been reformulated, fried foods and baked goods may still contain trace amounts, so it's best to steer clear. Right after trans fats come saturated fats, especially from meat and dairy. Yet another reason to cut back on those foods. The ideal replacements are plant-based foods rich in omega-3s. Omega-3s are inflammation's worst enemy. In fact, studies show supplementing with omega-3s can lower the risk of end-stage kidney disease. Many of my patients now take those shiny golden soft gels daily, and you might want to consider it too. No, I don't sell them. But Amazon does. Still, it's not all about pills. Whole foods like walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, and olive oil are natural omega-3 powerhouses. Of course, we can't forget red and processed meats, which drive inflammation, or refined carbs and sugars, which are often overlooked culprits. The best swap? Fruits and vegetables, but not just any. Some are particularly rich in anti-inflammatory compounds. Take red cabbage, for example, packed with anthocyanins and vitamin C. It soothes inflammation and boosts immune defenses. Endive brings polyphenol that help neutralize oxidative stress. Onions are loaded with quercetin, one of the most studied natural anti-inflammatories. Pineapple delivers bromelain, an enzyme that reduces swelling and pain, plus, it makes your plate feel like the tropics. And of course, strawberries sweet, refreshing, and bursting with vitamin C and antioxidants that protect both the heart and kidneys. With smart swaps like these, every meal can become a step toward lowering inflammation and protecting your kidneys. Number 1. And finally, we've reached the top of the list, the number 1 step to fighting kidney inflammation. Let's talk about the vitamin that can actually stop the storm. This is the vitamin most commonly deficient in people with kidney disease, and when your levels drop too low, the consequences are serious: proteinuria, high blood pressure, depression, faster kidney decline, just to name a few. But here's the exciting part. According to the Journal of Inflammation Research, supplementing this vitamin boosts IL-10 production, an anti-inflammatory cytokine that literally puts out the fire of inflammation. And if the Journal of Inflammation says it, you can bet they know what they're talking about. So what is this powerhouse nutrient? Of course, it's vitamin D, also known as the kidney vitamin. Vitamin D helps slow CKD progression, reduce proteinuria, lower blood pressure, and calm inflammation. Now, here's the key: balance. With vitamin D, you don't want to be too low, but you also don't want to go too high. The sweet spot is keeping your 25-hydroxy vitamin D level between 30 and 100 nanograms per milliliter. To stay in range, simply test your levels a couple of times a year and supplement if you start dipping below 30. That wraps up today's countdown. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of your kidneys, stay healthy, and God bless you all. See you next time.